known as grandmother, and tells her about what's going on at the orphanage. However, grandmother informs her Isabella is the best at the job and she won't let the kids escape. Then grandmother allows a demon to kill Krona. Sometime later, Emma and Norman go to the wall while Ray distracts Isabella. However, Isabella isn't tricked and says she was the one to get rid of Krona before locking Ray up in a room. While Don helps Ray come out, Isabella goes to the wall and gives Norman and Emma a speech about how she's given them everything they needed and that they shouldn't resist the inevitable. Suddenly Emma tackles Isabella so Norman can escape, but Isabella easily overpowers her and breaks Emma's leg to stop her. Norman refuses to leave without her, and Isabella uses the chance to announce Norman has been adopted, so tomorrow it's his last day in the orphanage. When night falls, the kids gather to discuss how to help Norman, but Norman tells them not to bother, because he'll happily be a sacrifice if that means protecting the others. Ray uses the opportunity to explain he knows the truth because unlike the average kid, he hasn't forgotten his first few years. Since he left his mother's womb, he saw the headquarters, the demons, and lots of other babies. Afterward, Norman gets his things ready and finds the mysterious pen in his drawer. The next day, Norman climbs the wall with the rope to gather some information. However, he's devastated to see the meadow is surrounded by a cliff. He returns to the orphanage and gives his friends a drawing of the area, telling them to find a bridge to cross the gap. In the evening, Norman says goodbye to all the kids, causing Emma to have a breakdown when she fails to stop him. Isabella then takes Norman through the gate, and the kid is surprised to see a man named Peter instead of a monster. Peter explains he leads the operation to feed the monsters and offers all the gritty details, but Norman doesn't allow him to scare him because he's at peace with his decision. At that moment, a demon arrives and kills him. For the following months, a depressed Emma can't do anything but recover from her injury, and she gets disturbed when Isabella tells her she'd like her to be the next mama. Since he can't do this alone, Ray has lost all hope as well, and Isabella considers it a victory. Eventually, Ray's informed he'll be adopted too, so the night before his departure, Emma approaches him to explain she has a plan. However, Ray already has a plan of his own and begins to cover everything with juice to then light it all on